Did you know that heart disease is the #1 cause of death worldwide? In the US, it claims a life every 33 seconds. That's a scary thought. But here's the good news. Many of the risk factors are in our control. Imagine if just a few small daily habits could add years to your life and keep your heart strong. In today's video, we're gonna break down the everyday habits that really make a difference for your heart health. By the end, you'll know exactly what you can start doing today to lower your risk of heart disease without overhauling your routine. And stick with me until the very end because I'll share a simple but powerful tip that cardiologists often recommend. Yet most people don't think about when it comes to protecting their heart. Welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. NICOLE SHIH, PhD in natural medicine and a board-certified holistic health practitioner. Here, we explore the science, some practical tools that support beauty, health, and wellness, helping you cultivate more energy, balance, and intention in everyday life. In each episode, you'll find insights, inspiration, and strategies you can apply right away to support your journey toward a healthier, more radiant you, whether I'm sharing directly with you or bringing in expert voices to add depth and perspective. The information shared on this channel is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your health or wellness practices. So why does this matter? Clinical evidence has revealed that 1 in 5 deaths in the US is linked to heart disease, and a lot of it comes down to lifestyle. Smoking, diet, stress, lack of exercise, all those little things add up. But here's the hopeful part. Research shows that adopting even one heart-healthy habit can lower your risk significantly, and stacking them together compounds the benefits. So you can think of it as your blueprint for building a stronger heart every single day. Let's start with what's on your plate, because nutrition is one of the most powerful tools we have. Now, I know when people hear heart-healthy diet, they picture bland salads or being told to cut out everything fun. But that's not reality. Here's the deal. The foods that protect your heart aren't complicated. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts, fish, and healthy oils. They all give your body fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats that lower cholesterol and inflammation. Now think of your arteries like highways. When you eat more fiber, it helps sweep out some of the bad cholesterol, almost like cleaning up debris, so that traffic, your blood, flows smoothly. A simple change you can make is to add, not subtract. For example, instead of telling yourself no chips, start by adding a serving of berries or a handful of walnuts each day. Studies show that people who eat nuts several times per week lower their risk of heart disease by up to 30%. And let's talk about fats, because this one confuses a lot of people. Not all fats are bad. Olive oil, avocado, and fatty fish like salmon, these are packed with omega-3 fatty acids that protect against heart rhythm issues and reduce inflammation. But trans fats and too much processed meat, those are the ones that raise your risk. And no, you don't have to go vegan or live on kale smoothies. Small swaps like switching from white bread to whole grain or soda to sparkling water add up over time and make a real difference. Now let's move to the second big factor, exercise. And before you roll your eyes, let me say this. Exercise doesn't have to mean running marathons or spending hours in the gym. The science is very clear. Just 150 minutes of moderate activity a week, that's about 30 minutes, 5 days a week, can lower your risk of heart disease by almost 30%. These 30 minutes could be a brisk walk around your neighborhood, dancing in your kitchen, biking with your kids, or even gardening. The key is to get your heart rate up a bit and keep it consistent. But how does it help? Actually, in many ways, when you exercise, you're training your heart muscle just like you train your biceps. This helps improve circulation, lower blood pressure, boost good cholesterol, and even reduce stress. Here's another interesting fact. People who sit for more than 8 hours a day without much movement have a risk of dying similar to those who smoke. Yeah, sitting really is the new smoking. But the flip side is just as encouraging. Every little bit of movement helps. Take the stairs, park further away, stretch between meetings. It all adds up. And don't forget strength training. Lifting weights or doing body weight exercises like squats and push-ups isn't just about building muscle. It also improves insulin sensitivity, which lowers your risk of diabetes, which is a major contributor to heart disease. So think less about working out and more about moving often. If you can build the activity into your lifestyle, your heart will thank you. Now, here's something people don't always connect to heart health: your mental and emotional well-being. Stress, poor sleep, and burnout can be just as harmful to your heart as diet or smoking. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which raise blood pressure and make your heart work harder. Chronic stress is like keeping your engine revving all day long. It eventually causes wear and tear. That's why finding ways to manage stress is not a luxury. It's essential for heart health. This doesn't mean you need to become a meditation guru. Even a few minutes of deep breathing, journaling, or going for a walk can calm your nervous system. And let's talk about sleep. Adults typically need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Yet about 1/3 of adults and even children don't get enough. Lack of sleep can put you at risk of high blood pressure, weight gain, and even irregular heart rhythms. Remember that sleep is your body's nightly repair shift. It's when your blood vessels and heart get a chance to heal. Skipping that repair time repeatedly sets the stage for problems. That's why it's important to get restful sleep every night. Here's a quick practical tip. Keep your bedroom dark, cool, and free of screens. Scrolling on your phone before bed messes with your melatonin and it makes it harder for you to fall asleep. Try replacing that last scroll with a book or calming music. This will help you fall asleep faster and your heart will benefit from it. Okay, let's be real. Some habits carry more weight, literally, when it comes to heart disease. About weight, I want to approach this carefully because it's not about fitting into a certain size. It's about reducing the strain on your heart. Carrying excess weight, especially around the belly, increases your risk of high blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol issues. But losing just 5 to 10% of your body weight can make a substantial difference in your heart health. Smoking is another habit that breaks your heart. It damages the lining of your arteries, raises blood pressure, and lowers good cholesterol. The good news? The benefits of quitting start almost immediately. Within a year, your risk of heart disease dropped by half. Alcohol is another one that's often misunderstood. Some people think a nightly glass of wine is heart healthy, but the truth is a little more nuanced. While some studies suggest that small amounts of alcohol may have benefits, recent research shows the risks, like high blood pressure and arrhythmias, can outweigh the positives. If you drink, moderation is key. For women, that's 1 drink a day. For men, it's 2. And if you don't drink, don't start for the sake of your heart. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress and small changes that stick. Here's something most people skip: regular health screenings. You might feel fine, but conditions like high blood pressure or high cholesterol often have no symptoms until they're serious. That's why they call hypertension the silent killer. Knowing your numbers, 蒙头chung change, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and BMI gives you and your doctor a roadmap. If something's creeping up, you can address it before it becomes a crisis. For example, keeping your blood pressure under 120/80 is ideal. Anything consistently higher than 130/80 needs attention. Same with cholesterol. Keeping LDL or bad cholesterol low helps prevent plaque buildup in your arteries. So don't skip those annual checkups. Think of them as pit stops to make sure your engine is running smoothly. Here's the big takeaway. Protecting your heart isn't about one massive change. It's about small, consistent habits. Choosing whole foods most of the time, moving your body daily, managing stress, sleeping well, and keeping up with checkups can slash your risk dramatically. And here's that bonus tip I promised. Flossing your teeth can actually lower your risk of heart disease. Sounds strange, right? The thing is, when you floss, you remove bacteria from between your teeth and gums. If those bacteria are left to grow, it can cause inflammation in your mouth. Over time, some of that inflammation can spread through your bloodstream and raise your risk of heart problems like clogged arteries, heart disease, or even stroke. Flossing may also help lower levels of C-reactive protein, which is a marker doctors use to measure inflammation in the body. By brushing, flossing daily, and keeping up with regular dental checkups, you're not only paving the way for a bright smile, but also adding another layer of protection for your heart. So to recap, fuel your body with heart-healthy foods, move often, manage stress and sleep, watch out for the big lifestyle risks like smoking, and keep track of your numbers. Remember, heart health isn't about being perfect. It's about stacking small wins that add up over time. If this video gave you something useful, hit that like button, subscribe for more health tips, and share this with someone you care about. Because honestly, taking care of your heart is one of the best gifts you can give yourself and the people you love. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.